Fans, welcome in on softball night here on the Maroon Devils Network. As if you missed the first game, our Lady Devils have already played one game of this non-conference doubleheader, losing a tight one-run loss, 7-6 to the Blue Ridge Sports Academy Guardians from Swannanoa, North Carolina. And also from Buncombe County, we've got game number 2 here. Now underway, the Asheville Trailblazers in different colors. The Trailblazers are going to be in gray with some gold and black trim. And we are ready to rock and roll here. The Trailblazers are coming in with a solid season coming into this game here today. We'll tell you more about them as we go along. They are 8-2 overall, 2-1 in conference play. And there's a shot into shallow right field. That's going to be in for a base hit off the bat of the leadoff hitter, Mo Irvin. And she starts things off for the Trailblazers with a bang. And the Trailblazers and the Lady Devils have already met one time this year, with Asheville winning that one 16-6 as they jumped on us for 9 runs in the first inning. And I really think if we go back and do that over, it might be a different scenario. Anytime you give up 9 in the first inning, it's going to be a long day, and it was that day for the Lady Devils. But the Trailblazers, again, had a big day at the plate in that ball game as they wrapped out, I believe, 12 hits to 6 for the Lady Devils in the first meeting of that contest over at, I believe that was over at Bob Lewis Park. All right, 1 on, nobody out. There's a slap hit, high hopper, and it's going to be an easy out over to first base. But that gets the job done. The sacrifice from Audrey Gillis. And if that name sounds familiar, if you watched game number 1, yes, Audrey played for the Blue Ridge Sports Academy. As a matter of fact, Audrey is not the only player to do that. Now batting is going to be Carly Bugg, who was one of the starters for the Guardians in game 1. So I talked to the coaches for the Trailblazers, and they said, yep, the Blue Ridge Sports Academy, actually, there's a foul ball with 1 out. The Blue Ridge Sports Academy borrowed some of our players in that game. So now some of the players that played against the Lady Devils in game 1 are now on their regular Asheville Trailblazers team for game 2. So if you hear some of the same names here in the second game, that's why I asked that same question. I'm like, wait a minute. Some of these names were familiar from game 1. There's a ground ball, another bunt, and it's going to be an out over at first base. But again, a sacrifice bunt gets the job done as Bugg moves the runner on down to third. So now, after that leadoff single by Mo Irvin, it's been a sacrifice bunt, 2 players in a row from Gillis and Bugg. And then pitch in from Hannah Schuler, and it's going to be in for a strike. And talking about some of those names we were just talking about, Bugg is the head coach, Robert Bugg, the head coach for the Trailblazers, Carl Bishop and Willie DeVore, assistant coaches. They all have daughters playing on this team. Pitch in the dirt, and it gets by. Runner holds at third, though. As behind the plate here in game 2 for the Lady Devils is going to be Savannah Smith. Addison Jenkins caught game 1. Candace Crisp pitched game 1 for Swain High, but now it's going to be Hannah Schuler in the pitching circle. Hannah had a big win yesterday in the circle against Hayesville in conference play over at Hayesville. But she's back here pitching in game 2 tonight. Pitch gets by, and it's going to be a play at the plate, and it's going to be out. Wow, a very slow call by the home plate umpire, but he calls it out. The runner is not going to score, and we go to the bottom of the first, 0-0. Stay with us. Kirsten Smith will lead off for the Lady Devils. Bottom one. Here we go in game 2 in this non-conference doubleheader here at Swain County High School, home of the Lady Devils, hosting the Asheville Trailblazers. Kirsten Smith swing and a miss for a strike one. As now it's going to be the Asheville Trailblazers again. They're in kind of mixed colors. Some pants are white, some are gray. Pitch outside for a ball, but the most of the jerseys are green, gold, and gray. So I guess gray is one of the colors along with green and gold, if you will. The Trailblazers pitch high for a ball. In the pitching circle for the Trailblazers is Bailey Bishop. And again, her dad is one of the assistant coaches here for the Trailblazers. The windup and the throw, swing and a miss. And that's going to be 2 strikes quickly now on Kirsten Smith, leadoff batter for the Lady Devils, who had a tremendous catch in center field in game 1. The play of the game by far. Swing and a miss. I believe that's going to be strike 3 and 1 down. So again, Bailey Bishop having a good start here with the first strikeout of the game in the number 1 hitter. One down, nobody on. Pitch just missing low for a ball. We'll check that defensive lineup here in just a moment for the Asheville Trailblazers. There's a shot into right field, and it's going to be getting by the right fielder, rounding first, heading on into second. With a stand-up double is going to be Haley Woodard. Big double here for her as that ball just kind of slipped by the right fielder out here. And the right fielder is Calista Torres for the Asheville Trailblazers, who also played in the first game for Blue Ridge Sports Academy. So again, you're going to hear some of the same names. Pitch in, just missing for a ball. Down at second base again is Haley Woodard now with 1 out. Maddie Spates the batter. Maddie hitting .500 on the season, having a great year, hitting the ball without a doubt. Wind up on the throw. Pitch is going to be high. Everybody hanging tight. Here's another pitch. Oh, that's a rising fastball, going to be in for a strike. The Asheville Trailblazers, as we mentioned, there's a solid base open, 1 out, and Candace Crisp, the cleanup hitter, batting here. So the Lady Devils with an opportunity to jump on the board first. Here's the windup and the throw. Pitch going to be high for a ball. And now heading on down to second base easily is going to be the Lady Devils, Maddie Spates. So now runners at second and third. One down, 1 strike on Candace Crisp. Here's a foul ball. No play behind the plate. Asheville Trailblazers, of course, playing a little later, brought over a few fans with them. Obviously, I'm guessing some parents coming over from Asheville. The pitch from Bishop, a swing and a miss by Candace. And that's going to be out number 2. So 2 strikeouts here in the first inning for the Trailblazers, Bailey Bishop, and that's going to bring up Savannah Smith hitting now. Savannah catching here in game number 2. Got kind of dinged up over there at third base, but obviously she's okay, and that is good news. She went into third earlier and had to be kind of helped off the field, but she is back in action. Here's the windup and the throw now from Bishop. High hopper to the shortstop, knocked it down, but no play. Couldn't make a play on it. Just caught her on the shin. So a couple of errors here for the Trailblazers here in the bottom of the first inning as Savannah Smith is on, and that also results in an RBI and the first run of the ball game, and the Lady Devils are in the lead. Tori Johnson batting now. Oh, and she's hit. So Tori, wow, kind of holding her arm. Yeah, I'm sure that didn't feel good at all because Bishop brings it pretty darn good. She's got a pretty good pitch. Heading on back in behind the plate is Audrey Gillis, the catcher, who also played in game 1 for the Blue Ridge Sports Academy now as Faith Woodard is hitting. 2 out. Pitch high for a ball. And now the Lady Devils, outstanding opportunity with the bases loaded. 2 out, 1-0 lead. Bottom of the first, we're going to play 5. There's a high pop-up. Should be an easy play at shortstop, and it is. So the Lady Devils leave the bases loaded, but get one across the plate for a 1-0 lead. After 1 inning, we'll be right back. Fans, welcome back. 1 inning is in the books, and the Lady Devils have a 1-0 lead in non-conference play over the Asheville Trailblazers here. As now the Trailblazers will have Becca DeVore at the plate. Again, one of the coach's daughters, I'm pretty sure here. And yes, her dad, Willie DeVore, one of the assistant coaches for the Trailblazers. Becca, the cleanup batter, and the center fielder. As we have cloudy skies and light wind here at Swain County High School. Ground ball foul on the third base side. Earlier this year, as we mentioned, it was Asheville winning over Swain County 16-6. Some of the leading hitters in that game was Bug for Asheville with 3 hits and 3 RBIs on the day. For Swain County, nobody had more than 1 hit on the 16-6 loss. As we mentioned, Asheville jumped out 9 runs in that first inning. There's an off-speed pitch for a strike from Hannah Schuler. But again, after that 9-run first, it turned out pretty even. But a 16-6 final in the first game of that particular game played over in the Asheville area. Matter of fact, they played over at the Bob Lewis Ballpark, one of the nicer parks around. They have most of the fields over there are totally artificial turf, then with all grass outfields. But the artificial turf all the way around the infield is pretty cool. You don't see that a whole lot in this area or any other area for that matter. There's a well-hit ball that's going to be falling, and caught in deep left field. Over there again, I'm going to give kudos to a good catch in deep left field over on the line by the Lady Devils. Faith Woodard just kind of tracked that ball off the bat. Becca DeVore, well hit. A deep fly into left field, one down. Anna Mitchell now the starting third baseman for the Trailblazers. Batting now with one out. Anna Mitchell played in the first game for Blue Ridge Sports Academy as well. As we mentioned, 3 of the starting Asheville Trailblazers also played and started in game 1 for the other team. Well hit ball up the middle is going to be in for a base hit off the bat of Anna Mitchell, the Trailblazers first baseman. Talking about the defense here for the Lady Devils of Swain County High School. Hannah Schuler is your pitcher. Savannah Smith behind the plate. Down at first base is Haley Woodard. Over at second base, Kaylee Parker. Shortstop, Maddie Spates. Candace Crisp is over at third. Candace pitched in game number 1, did a good job. And the outfield for the Lady Devils, Kirsten Smith with the game catch of the day in center field again. Over in left field, as we just mentioned, Faith Woodard with a big catch. And Tori Johnson over here in right field, kind of right in front of our broadcast perch. And attempted bunt, throw down to second, not in time, gets over, but good backup. Kirsten Smith coming in and holds the runner at second. And we're talking about Anna Mitchell, who just got that base hit a moment ago. Now slides into second safely. Throw coming down high. Batting now is Bailey Bishop, the starting pitcher for the Trailblazers of Asheville. All right, runner at second now with one down. Top of the second. There's a shot over third base, going to be in for a base hit. Runner is going to be rounding third, and the throw is going to be coming home and safe at home plate. And now from second going to third, holding on to the ball. The Lady Devils didn't see the runner going from second to third on that base hit by Hannah Schuler. Or check that, the base hit off the bat of Bailey Bishop. And a big RBI as well as she goes all the way to third. Close play at the plate. Lady Devil fans not happy with the call, but that is the call. And unfortunately for Devil fans, it's going to stand. As now coming to the plate is going to be Olivia Hunter. Olivia, the first baseman for the Asheville Trailblazers. That was a close play at home plate, no doubt about it. But it goes the way of Asheville. There's a bunt. It's going to be right down the line. Is it going to be foul? Apparently so. Because Olivia Hunter is coming back, and going back to third is Bailey Bishop. Just barely foul on the third base line. But looks like another good ball game. Had a good ball game in the first game of this non-conference doubleheader, a 7-6 win by Blue Ridge Sports Academy, who, as we know now, had part of the Asheville Trailblazers team. So, a couple of teams sharing players. Hey, that's okay. Ball in the dirt, gets by, and the runner will score easily from third base. So now in the top of the second, Asheville scoring for 2 to take a 2-1 lead. With only one out, now the base is empty. As the home plate umpire sweeps off home plate after the slide. Olivia Hunter back in the batter's box now again. Nobody on, one down. 2-1 Trailblazer lead. Genesis Penland is going to be on deck. hitting for the Trailblazers. Interesting name in the fact that it's not Genesis, but she spells it with a J. Pitch high for a ball from our Hannah Schuler in the circle here for game 2. Hannah had a big win yesterday in the win over Hayesville in conference play. Lady Devils' second conference win of the season, improving to 2-8, now 3-12 overall. The Trailblazers coming in, good season for them as well. 7-2 overall, 2-1 in conference play. High pop-up, could be an out, and it is going to be an out. Coming on is going to be Maddie Spates from shortstop for that pop-up off the bat of Hunter. Genesis Penland, the starting left fielder, and an interesting number 99. Genesis with a J, hitting with 2 out. Callista Torres, who played for the Blue Ridge Sports Academy, is going to be on deck, the right fielder for the Trailblazers in this game. Hannah with the windup and the throw. Just missing for a ball with 2 down. 2-1, Asheville Trailblazers in the lead. Don't forget, for Swain High fans, next Tuesday is going to be senior night, weather permitting, at 6 p.m. start time. We'll be here broadcasting live on the Maroon Devils Network. Weather permitting, swing and a miss by Genesis. It's also senior night for the boys baseball team with 5 seniors. They're going to be starting approximately 6 p.m., give or take a few minutes. So remember those times, not the normal 4:30 start time next Tuesday if the rain allows it. Swing and a miss, dropped. Second strike, not a third strike, as Genesis started to go but came back. Hannah in the circle, back on the rubber, ready to go now with 2 outs, 2 strikes. And there's a ground ball foul down the first base side. And one of the assistant coaches for the Trailblazers realizes, hey, those ground balls can sometimes be hard to catch, as any infielder knows all too well. We've seen it here today. And sometimes they come so fast. I mean, the ball is screaming. Swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 3 and out number 3. So we've played 1.5. We go to the bottom of the second. It's a 2-1 Trailblazer lead here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hey Maroon Nation, my name is Erin Jenkins and I'm an alumni of Swain High and also the Maroon Devils Network. The network you're watching right now helped me chase my dreams and get my start in broadcast journalism. From weekly interviews with Coach B to hosting game day specials and even getting to sit down with some of Swain High's greatest football legends.
History of the Maroon Machine.
All of these things helped get me to WNCT 9 on your side in Greenville, North Carolina as an on-air news reporter. Right now, you can help other students just like me to chase their dreams by liking, subscribing, and sharing the Maroon Devils Network. As always, go Big Maroon!
Non-conference softball brought to you live here on the Maroon Devils Network as it's a 2-1 Trailblazer lead over the Lady Devils of Swain County High School here at Swain. And leading off for the Lady Devils here in the bottom of the second is going to be their starting pitcher, Hannah Schuler. Kaylee Parker is going to be on deck. Then back to the top of the lineup and center fielder Kirsten Smith. A tight one, had a tight one in game one, 7-6 Blue Ridge Sports Academy with a win. And there's a foul ball out of play over behind the concession stand where Jeff Marr is driving us all crazy cooking hot dogs. Hey, just the smell is enough to make you want one. So, hey, got to give Jeff some kudos as well over there running in the concession stand here tonight. He's always there, just about every home game, and always doing a great job. Pitch outside, missing from the right arm of Bailey Bishop. Pitching for the Asheville Trailblazers. As we mentioned, strong team, 7-2. They play a lot of games away. They are actually 5-1. They're 2-1 at home. Swing and a miss. Big swing by Hannah with 2 strikes now. 2-1 our score. The Trailblazers on top. Good tight game. Lady Devils got an early lead, 1-0. Asheville came back with 2 in the top of the second here with the momentarily 2-1 lead. There's a foul ball behind the play as well, behind the plate. Next week, the North Carolina High School Athletic Association regular softball and baseball seasons come to an end next week. And we're guessing sometime Saturday or maybe Sunday if games have to be made up on Saturday. The brackets will be announced and the playoff teams will be revealed. The windup and the throw going to be fouled away. Next week, Swain will be hosting Andrews on Tuesday, and then Swain will be at Andrews later in the week, either Thursday or Friday. And that's going to wind up the regular season. Now, the Maroon Devil baseball team, if the Devils sweep Andrews 2 games next week, there's a high pop-up, deep second base, not going to be caught, going to be drop in for a base hit off the bat of Hannah Schuler, in for a base hit. And back to that thought, if Swain beats Andrews twice and Murphy beats Hayesville twice, Swain and Murphy baseball teams will have a tie for the Smoky Mountain Conference regular season championship. If Swain beats Andrews twice and Hayesville beats Murphy 1 out of 2, Maroon Devils win the conference championship and the #1 seed outright. Here's the windup and the throw. Pitch low in the dirt. Attempted bunt. Everything stays as is. Hannah Schuler stays down at first base. And Kaylee Parker will stay in the batter's box. On deck is going to be Kirsten Smith. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out next week. #1 seed on the line, obviously, with a conference title. There's a foul ball off the bat. Now, I'm not sure how the tiebreaker is going to shake out. I'm not sure how the I think Swain and Murphy split. Both teams won 1 game in that series. But obviously, if they wind up tied for the conference title, somebody has to be a 1 seed, somebody has to be a 2 seed for the playoff bracketing process. But I would imagine, and again, I'm just thinking out loud, it could be totally wrong, probably Swain and Murphy baseball teams will be hosting in the first round. That's, again, just thinking out loud as we see that pitch in for a ball. 3-1 the count now with nobody out. Lady Devils with a runner at first base. In a close 2-1 ball game, bottom of the second. So a lot of baseball and softball next week. Interesting how things will shape up. High pop-up, could be trouble. Shallow right field, going to be caught though. And they throw back to first behind the runner, not in time. Good play out in right field by Tori Johnson for that fly ball. Off the bat of Kaylee Parker. So now, 1 down. Hannah Schuler still at first base. And we go back to the top of the order now on Kirsten Smith, who struck out first time. Haley Woodard is going to be on deck with one down. Pitch in for a strike. And as we mentioned, I can't say enough about how big the catch was by Kirsten Smith in center field in game one. She was in a full, flat-out dive and caught one on the top of the grass in center field. Just, yeah, if you've ever watched ESPN Sports Center, the top 10 plays, that one is very much worthy of a top 10 play. So, great play by Kirsten Smith. Pitch high for a ball from pitcher Bailey Bishop, doing a good job. Both pitchers off to a good start in this 2-1 non-conference game. Pitch inside for a ball. As we mentioned earlier in the season, Asheville winning the home game when they hosted Swain 16-6 in that ball game over at Bob Lewis Ballpark in Candler. Really nice privately owned ballpark. There's a foul ball. On the season, talking about the Trailblazers, some of their wins, they beat Blue Ridge Sports Academy, who we played a moment ago. They beat our Lady Devils 16-8. They've played some other teams, actually from out of state, from Simpsonville, South Carolina. They've played teams from Greenville, South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Hendersonville, North Carolina, one of the in-state teams they have played. But they're 7-2, solid team. The only losses coming to Providence Homeschool. They played that ball game actually down in Inman, and so they've been a tough team to beat all season long. So 2 out now with that strikeout. So 2 down, and Hannah Schuler down at first base saying, "Come on, girls, get me around here." Haley Woodard in the box, got a big double last time. And there's a shot that's going to be at least a double again, I think, going to the right center field fence. Haley rounding second. Throw coming into third. It's going to be not in time. In with a triple is going to be Haley Woodard and a big RBI. How about that? She knocked one into the right center field fence. Runner scoring easily ahead of her, and Haley all the way in to third base. So now it's a 2-2 ball game here on the bottom of the second, and the go-ahead run at third with Swain's hottest hitter at the plate. Maddie Spates hitting .500. This one very high. It's going to be in play, but is it going to be a foul ball? No, they say now it's going to be fair. It is going to be fair, and they throw it over to first base. They throw it away, and Maddie is going to hustle on down to second base on the throwing error. And the Lady Devils with the go-ahead run on that high pop-up that just dropped in fair inside the shallow left field line. Pitch in. First pitch for a ball now. Batting is going to be Candace. So a big hit and an RBI for Maddie Spates, who wound up at second on that throw. Candace struck out first time up. Pitch in high for a ball. Quick 2-0 count with 2 out. And a 3-2 Swain lead here in the bottom of the second. This game going 5. As we mentioned, this is the second game of a doubleheader. First game won by Blue Ridge Sports Academy. 7-6 over Swain, swing and a miss. And if you're just tuning in, some of the players from Blue Ridge Sports Academy, they are on this Asheville Trailblazer team. 3 starters in the first game are starting here in game 2. Pitch high for a ball. Candace with a good eye on some high inside pitches. Maddie Spates down at second base. Two out, 3-1 count. Foul ball. Count goes full now with 2 down. Uh-oh, got a timeout here. Looks like the catcher shaking up a little bit. Hit her hand apparently with the bat. And boy, that can really hurt, even with the catcher's mitt on. So She's kind of walking it off and flexing her hand, and Carrie Powell ready to come out if needed, but I think she's going to stay in. Talking about the catcher for Asheville, Audrey Gillis. Now Coach Toby Burrell comes out, and again, certified athletic trainer Carrie Powell comes over to have a look, and Carrie very, very good at what she does. But the point that Audrey Gillis was flexing her left catching hand is a good sign. Whether or not she can continue to catch is a question. And while they look at her, we're going to take a timeout. Stay with us. We'll be back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Good news is the Asheville catcher is going to stay in. It seems to be okay, as she had a couple of warm-up pitches, and again, seems to be okay as she's going to be staying in the game. And Savannah Smith is the batter now with 2 out. So Savannah got on with an error last time, and that error resulted in an RBI. There's a ground ball. That's going to be a slow roller to short, over to first. No, wild throw. And now the run will score, and all the runners move up another base as Savannah Smith is on with another error and her second RBI of the afternoon. And another run is in, making it 4-2 Swain, and runners at second and third. So again, throwing errors are looming large in the grand scheme of things here in this tight 4-2 ball game with 2 out. Here in the bottom of the second inning, scheduled for 5. Tori Johnson now hitting for the Lady Devils, hit by a pitch the first time up. And again, runners in scoring position at second and at third. Down at second is Savannah Smith. And Candace Crisp over at first base. So a big inning here for the Lady Devils with 3 of their 4 runs coming here in the bottom of the second. And some of the damage here with 2 outs now. Tori Johnson at the plate. The Lady Devils right fielder hit by a pitch last time. Faith Woodard is going to be on deck. Runners in scoring position with 2 down. Outfielders at medium distance. There's a pop at second and tracked down over there by Carly Bugg, the second baseman for the Trailblazers, as Swain will leave 2 on base. It's a 4-2 ball game. We'll be back with the top of the third after this. Fans, welcome back. We go to the top of the third as the Trailblazers of Asheville will bring Torrey Johnson, or check that. They will bring to the plate here in the third inning as looking back at the batting lineup now. Actually, they're going to bring a pinch hitter in. And let me check the lineup here for the Asheville Trailblazers. Jamie Ann Banks is going to be hitting now. Her first time at the plate, a pinch hitter. I saw number 8, and I'm like, wait a minute, we don't have that one. And Jamie Ann Banks is going to pinch hit now for the Trailblazers. Her first time to hit in the game this afternoon. Facing Hannah Schuler for the Lady Devils in the circle. Pitch in, and it's going to be a strike. So quick 1-1 here on the bottom of the third inning. 4-2 Swain lead in the scheduled 5-inning non-conference contest. Foul ball, no play there. The Asheville Trailblazers, of course, I'm not sure if they're part of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association regular conference affiliation. I know they're part of the a different league. They play a lot of out-of-state games and so forth, but a very solid team. But I know next week wraps it up. There's a ground ball base hit between shortstop and third. Well hit by Jamie Ann Banks, coming in as a pinch hitter. And now we go to Audrey Gillis, who is the, she's going to be on deck now for the Trailblazers. As now the Trailblazers will go back to the top of the lineup, and Mo Irvin, who got on with a base hit last time. Mo Irvin wearing number 25. She showed bunt, throw down to second, going to be too high. A couple of times we've had high throws, but thank goodness Kirsten Smith in center field has been on to keep the runner at second base as now Jamie Ann Banks goes in with a stolen base. And Mo Irvin, the leadoff batter, and Audrey Gillis is going to be on deck here for the Trailblazers in this 4-2 ball game, top of the third. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Hannah over to first quickly for the easy out at first base, but that advances Mo Irvin over to third. So now the Trailblazers with a runner in scoring position down at third base. And Audrey Gillis, who had a sacrifice bunt last time, now swings away. Base hit into left field, is going to score a run. And Audrey Gillis on with a single and an RBI. The third run of the ball game here for the Trailblazers. None in the first, 2 in the second, now 1 in the third. With 1 down and a runner at first base and Audrey Gillis. Carly Buggs is going to be hitting. Carly, the second baseman, also had a sacrifice bunt last time. And now she hits away. Ground ball between shortstop and third. Another base hit. So now 2 hits in a row for the Trailblazers. Runners at first and second with 1 down and a 1-run ball game. Batting now is going to be the cleanup hitter, Becca DeVore, starting center fielder. Flied to deep left field last time. I mean, she nailed one last time up, but there's another one. This one is deep center field. Kirsten is back, makes the catch. Here comes a big throw all the way to third base. And the base runner safely in at third, and now the runner at first heads on down to second base. So the runners advance 1 base on that long fly ball to center field. So 2 down now. So DeVore has hit the ball hard in 2 times. 1 to deep left and now 1 to center. Anna Mitchell got on with a base hit last time, and now with runners at second and third, 2 out. 1-run Swain lead, 4-3. But as we were talking about, next week winds up North Carolina baseball and softball and the regular North Carolina High School Athletic Association play. And hopefully rain will not be an issue for some of those games that are very important conference games. For example, as we mentioned, Swain will play Andrews home and away next week in baseball and softball. Murphy will play Hayesville home and away in the same scenario. And in baseball, both those series are big. So it looks like the home plate umpire is checking with the scorekeeper behind the plate for something. Not sure what the question is. The score is 4-3 with 2 out, runners at second and third for Asheville. Not exactly sure what the situation is here. And let's see, we may have a pinch hitter. Nope. Anna Mitchell is ready to go. So no pinch hitter, not sure what that was about. Normally it's, if you have a pinch hitter, of course, you go to the scorekeeper and you get all that down, but that's not the case. Not sure what that was, but we're ready to go. Runners at second and third, 2 out, 4-3 Swain over Asheville. Well, we're still having an issue somewhere. Now they're going to call it out. I'm not sure what the out was about, but now the umpire has called it out, and that's the end of the inning. Asheville had 2 runners on base, but an out was called for some reason, and we don't know, but that's the way it's going to stand. So now that is going to be the 3rd out here on the top of the 3rd inning. Swain will be coming to bat after this timeout. Fans, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Not sure about that last out in the top of the 3rd inning. No explanation, and we're not sure what happened, but it was a benefit to Swain County as that out kind of came after play had stopped. The official went to the scorekeeper. Then they finally declared it out for whatever reason. I wish we knew, but we don't. And there's a foul ball off the bat of Lady Devil Faith Woodard, who popped a shortstop last time up for the Swain High Lady Devils against the Asheville Trailblazers. We're in the bottom of the third, scheduled for 5. 1-1 the count. Swain with a 4-3 lead. 1 in the first inning, 3 in the second. Asheville, there's a shot into left field off the bat of Faith. That's going to be in for a base hit. So Faith Woodard on with a base hit. Asheville had 2 in the second and 1 in the top of the third. But again, that last out in the top of the third was big because Asheville had runners at second and third before that last out was declared after play had stopped for whatever reason. So now, batting is going to be Hannah Schuler, who got on with a base hit for the Lady Devils last time. Now in the batter's box, number 3, facing number 3, Bailey Bissett. Number 3, the pitcher for the Trailblazers against Hannah Schuler. Also wearing number 3, the pitcher for the Lady Devils. Both pitchers doing a good job. We've seen the ball thrown around a couple of times with a couple of throwing errors here in the second game of this doubleheader. Hannah steps back in, swing and a miss. Off first, but now getting back quickly is going to be Faith Woodard. Kaylee Parker is going to be on deck for Swain. No out here in this bottom of the third inning. Lights are on. On a Friday. We hope you're getting ready for a big weekend. High pop-up could be in play, and it's going to be caught behind home plate. And that's something we don't see a whole lot of, but the catcher, Audrey Gillis, who was injured a little bit earlier, catches that high pop-up right in front of the fence for the out. And batting now is going to be Kaylee Parker, who flied to right field last time. Kirsten Smith will be on deck as we go back to the top of the lineup for the Lady Devils now with 1 out, 1 on. Pitch in for a strike. And don't forget, coming up Tuesday, weather permitting, we're going to be back here on the Maroon Devils Network live with conference softball, 6 p.m. tentative start time, not 4:30. Keep that in mind. It is going to be senior night for all our Lady Devil and Devil fans listening in online here tonight. Pitch in for a strike. Gary Ayers along with Joe Holt here on game 2. We had Josh Gordon with us here in game 1. We appreciate Josh and his good work. Wind up and the throw. Late call, third strike. So the umpire pulls the trigger, and that's going to be out number 2 with Kirsten Smith batting now. 2 down, and still down at first base is going to be Faith Woodard. Wanting to advance in this 1-run game. Foul ball, no play off the first base side. Off the bat of Kirsten Smith, who has struck out twice on the season, though. Kirsten having a good year for the Lady Devils. Hitting the ball, hitting .271, 7 hits, 5 doubles, 9 RBIs. We'll try to bring you some of the Asheville Trailblazers stats in our next inning as we'll try to pass those on. Softball moves so quickly. There's a high pop-up going to be caught by the pitcher. So it's going to be one left stranded here in the bottom of the third. We go to the top 4, and it's going to be Swain 4, Asheville 3. We'll be right back. What a game we have going. Game 2 of our non-conference doubleheader now as Anna Mitchell will lead off here in the top of the 4th inning for the Asheville Trailblazers in this 4-3 ball game. Ground ball to the third baseman, Candace Crisp, on over to first for an easy out number 1. Just that quick. And Anna Mitchell, who had a lead-off single last time, will now ground out to third base. Bailey Bishop batting now, the starting pitcher for the Trailblazers, who got a big base hit and an RBI last time. Bishop on the season, great hitter, hitting .548. In 31 at-bats, she has 17 hits, 9 RBIs, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 home run. So Bishop very capable of hitting the ball very, very deep as well. Bishop on the day with a base hit and an RBI in her only plate appearance here. The pitcher for the Trailblazers, but again, a very good bat, hitting .548. 2 other players with better averages, basically. Gillis hitting .600, Mitchell hitting .645, and also, well, a couple others actually. Bug hitting .571 and DeVore hitting .560, Irvin hitting .562. This is a stout hitting team. Matter of fact, their team batting average is .498. That is impressive at any league or any division. If you're hitting right under .500, that is really, really good. There's a swing and a miss for a pitch, for a strike. I'm sorry. So now a quick 2-1 count with 1 out. As we're in the top of the 4th in this schedule 5-inning contest here on the 2nd game of a non-conference doubleheader here at Swain County High School. Wind up and the throw, going to be low for a ball. First game was a great one, 7-6 win by Blue Ridge Sports Academy over host Swain County. And the second game is turning out to be just as good. 4-3 Swain lead here on the top of the 4th inning. We've seen some good pitching, timely hitting. Pitch in for a strike. So between the two teams, probably just minor differences. Have been a couple of errors here and there. And a couple of bases on balls. Otherwise, both these games have been really close. Good competition here, both ways. Ground ball right by third base, going to be in for at least a base hit. Rounding first and holding at first base is going to be Bailey Bishop with her second base hit of the contest. Olivia Hunter popped out to shortstop first time, is going to be batting. Hunter hitting .529 with her season going well. 9 hits on the year, 4 RBIs, 1 double. But up and down the lineup, you're looking at batters hitting .4, .5, .600 for Asheville. This team hits the ball. Pitch in for a strike as now Bailey Bishop hustles on down to second base with a tying run. We were talking about earlier when the two teams met over in Candler. Asheville winning 16-6. And of course they did it with that big 9-run first inning. Today's game totally different. Hannah with a windup and the throw. Ground ball to shortstop over to first in time. Got the batter. Runner advances from second to third. Throw gets by. Run will score. That's just what we were talking about a moment ago. Both teams in both games have had throwing errors that have been really, really big in the grand scheme of when you have close games. Those are huge. And every team, all 4 teams in these 2 games have had very big throwing errors. But here we go. Now we're tied at 4-4 in the 4th. Now the bases are empty. There's a shot off of Hannah's glove. And a tough break there. And that is a pinch hitter, Bella Gibson. A pinch hitter for the Asheville Trailblazers. That one just bounced off of Hannah Schuler's glove in the pitching circle. And then it kind of rolled out into shallow left field. That was a hard hit ball. So again, a Pinch hitter, the second one of the afternoon now for Asheville. As Hannah is back in the circle, she's okay. The windup on the throw, swing and a miss, throw down to second. This one's going to be in time and out at second base. And that will end this half of the inning. Again, there have been 3 attempts down at second by Swain. This one, the throw is on the money. And the runner, again, the pinch runner down there, Bella Gibson, the pinch hitter, is thrown out at second base. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, all tied at 4-4. Stay tuned.
Hey Maroon Nation, my name is Erin Jenkins and I'm an alumni of Swain High and also the Maroon Devils Network. The network you're watching right now helped me chase my dreams and get my start in broadcast journalism. From weekly interviews with Coach B to hosting game day specials and even getting to sit down with some of Swain High's greatest football legends.
History of the Maroon Machine.
All of these things help get me to WNCT 9 on your side in Greenville, North Carolina as an on-air news reporter. Right now, you can help other students just like me to chase their dreams by liking, subscribing, and sharing the Maroon Devils Network. As always, go Big Maroon!
Fans, here we go. We were just talking about the numbers game a moment ago. In game number 1, we were tied at 5-5 in the 5th inning, and now we're in the 4th inning, and we're tied at 4-4. So the numbers game continues here in non-conference play. Lady Devils at bat, and that pitch is going to be in for a strike. As Haley Woodard is going to be at the plate, and she has had a good game here this afternoon. Big double the first time up, and a big triple and an RBI the last time up. Haley has hit the ball very well. Pitch high for a ball. So Haley Woodard has been knocking the ball around pretty darn good all afternoon, especially here in game 2. There's a foul ball. Almost got a couple of fans over here on the first base side off the bat of Haley. Haley hitting it well anyway, hitting .459 on the season, 17 hits with 4 doubles, leading the team in RBIs with 15. So Haley Woodard hitting the ball very, very well. And on deck is the team leader in batting average, Maddie Spates, hitting at .500. So now, full count, nobody out. Just underway, bottom of the 4th. This game scheduled for 5. We're tied at 4-4. Another good one here. Had a good one in the first game. Good one here in the second game. Ground ball gets through between first and second for a base hit. Haley Woodard just keeps on hitting. And her batting average just keeps on going up now. 1 on, nobody out. Maddie Spates batting. Maddie had a big single with an RBI last time. Candace Crisp is going to be on deck, who also had a single her last time. So we've got some... if you're a Swain High fan, I keep saying we. Apologies to the Asheville Trailblazers, but we are the Maroon Devils Network, but we try to be as somewhat non-homer, if you will. Here's the windup and the throw, because we realize we have people watching and listening from both sides. And we appreciate you listening and watching here on the Maroon Devils Network, whether you're from Asheville or from Swain High. Pitch in for a ball. 2-0 the count now with nobody out. 4-4 ball game. Here's the windup and the throw from Bailey Bishop, fouled out of play. off the bat of Maddie Spates, who has a big bat, couple of home runs on the year. One of those, her first one was our last broadcast when Swain had a tough day with Cherokee, but Maddie crushed one over the left center field fence. There's another well-hit ball into left field. This one's going to go into the fence. Rounding second, rounding third is going to be Haley, and Maddie is going to be at second base with a stand-up double and another RBI. Her second RBI of the day, and Haley Woodard has scored again. So the bang-bang combination of Haley Woodard, Maddie Spates getting it done, and now Candace Crisp, who got on with a base hit last time, is going to be hitting for the Lady Devils. Candace on the season hitting .293 with 11 hits and a double, 7 RBIs and 5 runs scored, and still no out for the Lady Devils. Savannah Smith going to be on deck, followed by Tori Johnson. And a runner at second base, and now a 5-4 lead. So far this afternoon, in case you're tuning in late, Asheville 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Swain 1 run in the first inning, 3 in the second, and now 1 run in this fourth inning for a 5-4 lead. There's a ground ball again, getting through between first and second. Maddie will hold at third. Good throw coming in from the Asheville right fielder. Strong arm out there in right field. Out there is, looks like now we have a new right fielder. Jamie Ann Banks coming in for Torres in right field, but a good arm out there. Now the Lady Devils runners on the corners. And Crisp is probably going to take off on the next pitch or two. So Candace 2 hits in a row, just like Maddie Spates and Haley Woodard. And now Savannah Smith, who has been on twice in this game, both times with an error, but both times knocking in a run. Pitch high for a ball. Savannah Smith on the season is hitting .237. 6 singles, a couple of doubles, and a triple on her stat sheet. Pitch low in the dirt. But again, good job back there by Audrey Gillis, the catcher for Asheville's Trailblazers. Runners on the corners at first and second. And now the pitcher-catcher want to chat just briefly, just to be sure everybody's on the same page. This is a big at-bat. With the count now 3-0, nobody out. Runners on the corners for Swain High. And now a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the fourth. Asheville will have 3 more outs in the top half of the fifth to try and come back. But Swain is not finished by a long shot, I don't think. Pitch in. And that's going to be ball 4. That's going to load the bases with nobody out. A big inning for the Lady Devils of Swain County High School. So Savannah Smith on with a base on balls, and now Tori Johnson has been hit by a pitch and popped out to second base in 2 times, batting with the bases full and no out. There's a high pop-up that's going to drop into shallow right field for a base hit. Throw is going to be coming home. The runner will be safe at home, obviously. Good throw, but the run will score. And the bases will still be loaded after that base hit. So Tori Johnson with a base hit for the Lady Devils. And now Faith Woodard batting, and the bases are still loaded. 6-4 Swain, our score. The windup on the throw, pitch in the dirt. Picked out of the dirt by Gillis. Again, bases loaded, and still the Trailblazers struggling to get an out, but everything that's been hit by Swain has been very clean base hits. Woodard led off with a base hit. Maddie Spates had a double. Crisp with a base hit. There's another one going into shallow left field. Throw is going to be coming in to home, and it's going to be safe for 2 runs scored. And the Lady Devils now with runners at first and second on a big 2 RBI single off the bat of Faith Woodard. So Faith, 2 hits in a row, and that one was worth 2 ribbies. Now some of the infielders getting together for Asheville's Trailblazers, trying to, I'm sure, try to motivate Bailey Bishop, trying to say, hey, it's okay, hang in there. We got your back. But everything that Swain has hit has been a clean hit. There have been no errors here committed by Asheville in this big inning for Swain, now with 4 runs on the board and no out. And runners at first and second now. Woodard at first, Johnson at second. Hannah Schuler should be the batter. The umpire is now talking to the scorekeeper again. Yeah, hope we don't have another mystery out like we had earlier in the game. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, my. Now it looks like we're going to have a defensive change now for the Asheville Trailblazers. Looks like Maggie Nesbitt is going to be coming into center field, I believe, in the place of Mo Irvin. Mo's real name is Madeline. Coaches called her Mo, so they said that was cool. I said, hey, it's good with you, it's good with me. So Mo leaves the game, and now it's going to be Maggie Nesbitt coming into center field. Swain will stay with the regular batting order. Hannah Schuler is going to be batting. Kaylee Parker on deck. And no mystery out as the pitch comes in for a ball. It's just been a case of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits for Swain County. Here's a ground ball to third base over to first base. Not in time. Throw a little bit off. Another run will score for Swain. And now Hannah Schuler is on. And that is the first error of the inning. So that is the first time that actually it has not been a clean hit by a Swain hitter. As now Kaylee Parker is going to be batting. Kaylee has flied to right field and struck out and 2 times at the plate. Runners at second and third. One strike now, and again, no outs. Again on that tough play at first base. Got to give a tough play for the. There's a foul ball for the Asheville Trailblazer first baseman over there, and that is Macy Williams right now. The throw was coming into first at the same time the Swain runner, being Hannah Schuler, was coming into first base, and the first baseman Macy Williams would have actually collided with Hannah Schuler, I think, at first base if she had actually caught that ball, because the throw was a little bit wide. Now there's a drop third strike, now down to first base. That's going to be the first out of the inning on the drop third strike on Kaylee Parker. So now Swain goes back to the top of the lineup with 1 out. So that play at first was a tough one for Asheville, with the runner coming in on a very close throw at first base. But you can see that if you're watching on the video. 1 down, 9-4 Swain lead here in a big inning, a 5-run 4th inning, and still runners in scoring position for the top of the lineup. And Kirsten Smith, who popped up to the pitcher last time. There's a swing and a miss. Haley Woodard is going to be on deck, and Haley Woodard, Maddie Spates, and boy, they have hit the ball along with Candace Crisp here in this ballgame. Ground ball foul, but Haley Woodard has a double, a triple, and a single. From an offensive standpoint, she has been the MVP for Swain of game number 2. Here comes the windup and the throw from Bailey Bishop. There's a high fly that's going to be caught in center field. Everybody will hold, and that's going to be out number 2 as the throw comes into the pitcher, as that was caught out there by Maggie Nesbitt, the new center fielder now for Asheville. So now 2 out, still runners at second and third for the red-hot bat of Haley Woodard. Had a big RBI on the triple, but again, she's had, if she hit a home run, she'd hit for the cycle. She has a single, a double, a triple, and a home run would give her a cycle, and that is very rare on that foul ball for strike 1. I'm not sure in a fast pitch softball game I've seen a hitter hit for the cycle. So that's how rare that is, and we've covered a lot of softball. Pitch high for a ball. But this game different than the first meeting that the Trailblazers won 16-6 when they put up 9 runs in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Haley Woodard. She goes up with an aggressive bat. Maddie Spates on her .500 batting average on deck. But if you look at the Trailblazers lineup, .500 batting average is very common. Yeah, that's kind of average. Yeah, as Joe Holt and I were talking, they have some real big numbers offensively. Foul ball. Matter of fact, looking at some of the batting averages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batters on the Asheville Trailblazers team have averages .500 or more. And their team batting average is .498. Astronomical. There's a high pop-up. First base is there, and that's going to end the inning. So the Lady Devils have a huge inning with 5 runs, but leave 2 on base. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Swain 9, Asheville 4. We'll be back. Fans, we are back in the bottom of the 5th inning. Can the Asheville, check that, top of the 5th inning, as the Asheville Trailblazers are 3 outs away from a loss in this 9-4 contest here at Swain County High School. Can they come back and pull this game out of the fire? Here's the windup and the throw from Hannah Schuler. First pitch is going to be in for a strike. We know they are very capable because in the first meeting between these two teams, Asheville scored 9 runs in 1 inning. So we know what they can do. Batting again is going to be Jamie Ann Banks, a pinch hitter. Got a base hit last time, coming in as a pinch hitter. her second plate appearance now. There's a high pop up to second base, going to be caught, and that's going to be out number one. Under it over there is going to be Kaylee Parker, one down. Nobody on for the Asheville Trailblazers. And let's see if they go back to the pinch hitting as now at the plate for the Trailblazers. Yeah, they are. This is going to be the first appearance for Maggie Nesbitt hitting now. Maggie came in center field last inning defensively, and now she's going to be hitting with one out for Asheville. And Maggie Nesbitt having a good season, hitting .312 with 2 runs, 5 hits, 5 RBIs on the season for the Trailblazers. We try to work in a few stats as we can, but again, fast pitch softball keeps moving. There's a foul ball, no play. Nobody on, one down. Top of the 5th, and a 2-1 count. Or check that, 0-2 count with one out on Maggie Nesbitt, a sophomore. One thing about it, the Trailblazers and the Lady Devils have one thing in common. Each team has only one senior. That bodes well down the road for these two teams. So ironic that both teams only one senior. And next Tuesday, weather permitting, is going to be senior night here, as Swain High will have senior night for baseball and softball. In softball, the only senior, of course, Savannah Smith. Here's the windup from Hannah. There's a high fly ball center field, and boy, when Kirsten Smith has a shot, it's going to be caught, and she catches that one for out number 2. So 2 down.
They're really excited.
And batting now is going to be number 22, Carly Bug. Carly on the night, a sacrifice bunt and a base hit last time up. Carly Bug on the season. Oh, great hitter, hitting .571 for Asheville. 13 RBIs, 4 doubles, a triple, 16 hits on the year. And, of course, her dad is the head coach of the Asheville Trailblazers, Robert Bug, assisted by Carl Bishop and Willie DeVore. 2 down. Asheville looking at their last chance at staying in this game, down 9-4 here in the 5th. This game scheduled for 5. We are playing the second game of a doubleheader. Foul ball off the bat of Carly Bug, who also started and played in the first game. Carly Bug, Anna Mitchell, and Calista Torres all played in game 1 for the Blue Ridge Sports Academy in that 7-6 win. A close one in game 1. Not quite as close right now in game 2 with 2 out. There's a ground ball to third base, on over to first, and it's going to be in time, and that's the ball game. And the Lady Devils win it 9-4 over the Asheville Trailblazers. A big turnaround from the first game that the Trailblazers won by a 16-6 score. Fans, stay tuned. We'll come back in just a moment and talk with Coach Toby Burrell right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back on the Maroon Devils Network as we're joined by head coach Toby Burrell. Coach, a turnaround from earlier in the season, a 16-6 game at Asheville, and we come back with a good win tonight against a very solid softball team.
They're a good ball club, and, you know, outside of the first inning over there, we played with them, so we felt good about tonight coming in, and we felt good about where we were after yesterday. You know, we had a big win yesterday against Hayesville, and the girls were feeling good about it, and it's tough that the first one got away from us. We came up just a little bit short on that one, and they were a little mad about that, so they come back with a little bit more oomph to them in that second game, and they played well, so against a really good team.
Yeah. When you can hold a team, I was just looking, their team batting average is .498. Yeah. When you can hold a team like that to 4 runs, I think that says a lot not only about Hannah's pitching, but our defense was pretty solid.
We were solid throughout tonight, and that's just the way Hannah's been for over the last 5 or 6 games. She's been dynamite for us, hitting her spots really well, mixing her speeds, and keeping them off base, and her defense has done a good job outside of that. You know, we had a little hiccup at Cherokee in a couple of innings there, and we had a hiccup against this bunch over at their place, but once we get settled down and played, it's pretty solid throughout. I thought we did a real good job. I think I really think we had the girl at home on the relay throw from Maddie to Savannah, but just didn't go our way, but I really felt like we had her. Savannah felt like she had her, and but that's stuff we've been working on, and the kids executed it perfectly. We're proud of them for being able to pull that off, even if we didn't get the play that we wanted out of it.
Yeah. Coach, I know this is a good experience, a good training for these kids. Next week, of course, it's hard to believe it's going to wind up the regular season.
You know? It's hard to believe.
But big night on Tuesday, weather permitting. We got senior night coming in. Yeah. Only one senior, of course, but still, it's a special night for Swain County High School.
Well, it is, and Savannah's been a part of our program for all 4 of her years, and I told the kids out there just then, I said, you know, your senior stepped up for you tonight because she got hurt in that first game, and I went over ready to take her out of the lineup for the second game, and she said, no, I'm good, I'm catching. Wow. And just put the gear on and went at it. So that was big on her part. She had a good game too. She played really well behind the plate, you know, threw out a runner, did a good job blocking things up, and we're really pleased with her, and it'd be nice to give her her due for what she's meant to our program over the 4 years.
No doubt. Talking about a player who had a hot bat, Haley just knocked the cover off the ball. We were just kind of joking, but kind of hoping if she had hit a home run in her last at bat, she would have hit for the cycle, but she hit it really well.
Yeah, she was stroking the ball, and she's been on fire over the last 6 or 7 games. You know, since spring break, she's hitting probably somewhere over 700 altogether, and she's just been on fire. Really, ever since we moved her to the 2-hole. At first of the year, she was batting deeper in the lineup, and we moved her to the 2-hole because her on-base percentage was so good, and her bat just came alive and has been alive since then. She really comes through in clutch situations for us.
Yeah, big win tonight. A lot of good softball here. Both games I thought were very competitive, and we hope a lot of folks will come out and for the camp that they can watch on Tuesday for senior night for Savannah, and hey, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an exciting group to watch.
It is. Yeah.
You really never know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. It's always a mystery. Neil said that. Neil Blankenship said that to me between games. He goes, "Boy, you just never know, do you?" I said, "Literally, you really don't with this group." But I tell you what, Gary, I've said this before on the air. It's a great group of kids. I love being around them. They're absolutely phenomenal group. That we talked a lot a couple of years ago about a phrase that Alabama softball uses called mudita, and that means having an unbridled passion for somebody else's success. And we talked about that to our kids quite a bit over the years, and this group actually does that. Wow. We had a tremendous play yesterday at Hayesville by Hannah in the circle. It was a little pop flare, and she laid out full bore to catch it and caught it. And I looked up, and Coach Brown and I were out there pumping our fists. And I looked up, and our whole team had come in, outfielders and everybody. So we were all right there around Hannah congratulating her. They are genuinely happy for each other's accomplishments, which is phenomenal. There's not 1 ounce of selfishness out there among them. They want each person to succeed. And when somebody does something good, they go crazy. They love it. So it's a fun group to coach. It's been a blast.
Yeah. Coach, you mentioned catches. I've got to mention this. And, that would have been an ESPN top 10 catch out there by Kirsten in center field when she was totally laid out on a full-fledged dive and caught that ball on top of the grass.
Believe it or not, she does that almost every day in practice. And so we were just hoping there would be a day where she would actually be able to do it in a game so everybody else could see what we see every day. And finally, she got it.
It was great.
She's had a couple of those opportunities, but the ball always seems to bounce out of her glove when she hits the ground, and this time she got it just right. So tickle for her is a heck of a catch. We see it every day. It's almost like old hat to us. It's like, that's Kirsten diving for another one. But she did a tremendous job, made a great catch on that, and it's just indicative of the effort that the kids give out there, all 14 of them really, giving that kind of effort no matter what it is. So kudos to them. I'm happy they got the win, and they can celebrate a little bit this weekend and feel good about what we're doing and come back next week and go to work again.
All right. Fans, don't forget, join us Tuesday, 6 p.m. now. Note that time, 6 p.m., senior night, and we'll be right here with the Andrews Wildcats. Thanks again to Coach Toby Burrell, and join us Tuesday here on the Maroon Devils Network.